The new biography of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was on virtually everyone's top 10 list of 2023. The Washington Post, the Chicago Tribune, Time magazine. No book could be more timely than Jonathan Eig's sweeping and majestic new king, wrote the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Eig calls Chicago home, and when streaming anchor Brad Edwards called him, he answered.
It was here, in the laundry room turned office, still laundry room, Jonathan Eig wrote King, A Life.
But in hallowing King, we have hollowed him. From Montgomery to Chicago, along those streets named Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, poverty and segregation rates remain much higher than local and national averages.
The New York Times calls it the new definitive biography. Did you have any idea you were writing that?
Yes, I did.
You knew the critics would say this?
No, I didn't know people were going to like the book.
Eig spent 6 years, an entire pandemic, in the laundry room, buried in unfolded clothes, unearthing transformative firsts, many via newly released government documents. The book reveals and debunks.
Did you find yourself in this process being like, holy cow, this is a bombshell?
Absolutely.
One of the latter involved Chicago-founded Playboy magazine.
For example, I discovered that the quote from Martin Luther King about Malcolm X, this incendiary quote where he blasts Malcolm X, was fabricated. Playboy magazine and Alex Haley made up the quote. I immediately called Peniel Joseph, who's written this book about the relationship between King and Malcolm, and I said, "This is a big deal, right?" And he was like, "Oh my God, yeah, I've been teaching a lie."
Alex Haley of Roots?
Yeah, same guy.
Made that thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Generations later, we now know Haley used a King quote assailing the Nation of Islam's urging of violence and made it appear as if King was slamming Malcolm X. We now know, to the contrary, King was actually deferential to Malcolm X in the Playboy interview. In that case, Eig wrote and righted history. Like,
you have proven definitively the FBI was out to get him, were they not?
And at one point, they encouraged him to commit suicide.
Originally, the FBI wanted to know if King consorted with communists. The FBI only found he was cheating on his wife.
So they become obsessed with King's sex life. They are using it to try to blackmail him. So they take a set of tapes, they make up greatest hits from his hotel rooms, along with a note saying, "You are going to be exposed. The only way out for you is suicide."
It was supposedly written by a black man with animus towards King, but it was the FBI.
And he knows immediately that it came from the FBI, and he just refuses to be bullied by them.
The Civil Rights Act of 1964.
An FBI supported by President Lyndon Johnson, the greatest legislator of civil rights, who also threatened to undermine everything King.
I discovered that LBJ's secretary kept in her safe the most personal letters that came from J. Edgar Hoover, just on the subject of MLK. Lots of details about the sex life, about King's personal life, like they were obsessed with it, almost as if they were just voyeurs.
Proving lives aren't black or white. It's not a skin color. And Eig seems to pinpoint exactly where Dr. King fits on life's grayscale. Neither saint nor sinner, but
the flaws just show that he was human, which to me makes him greater because he accomplished these things as a mortal.
What did King think of Chicago when he came here?
When he got here,
I have never seen, even in Mississippi and Alabama, mobs as hostile and as hate-filled as I've seen in Chicago.
During the visit, Mayor Richard J. Daley promised change.
I would be more than happy to sit down with Dr. King.
And then as soon as he left town, the city, pretty much abandoned those promises that they made to King.
Eig himself, here interviewing Mayor Harold Washington as a Northwestern student, returned to Chicago for the Wall Street Journal in the 90s. He raised his kids here. Eig was here when his first bestseller, On Lou Gehrig, became a hit. It's where his bio on Muhammad Ali became a knockout. And now King.
You're a white Jewish man. There's got to be some people who say,
No, I've been asked that question. What's up with the white Jewish guy writing about the greatest black Christian leader in our country's history? And I began really by asking a lot of King's friends and associates whether they would support me in writing such a book. Ultimately, readers will judge whether you did it right.
seems as if they've decided.
Today, his words might help us make our way through these troubled times, but only if we actually read them. Only if we embrace the complicated human king, the radical king. Our very survival, he wrote, depends on our ability to stay awake, to adjust to new ideas, to remain vigilant, and to face the challenge of change. Amen.
Amen. Brad Edwards, CBS 2 News.
I've read the book and several other books he's written. He's a magnificent author. He really, and that book is great. So how did Eig turn from print reporter to a renowned author? After some thought, he says he owes a lot of literary inspiration from the book Seabiscuit. He also told Brad he never thanked that author for her motivation, so we said we would do that for him.
Consider it done. King, A Life has also been optioned by Chris Rock and Steven Spielberg to potentially be made into a movie. Our thanks to Brad for that piece.